Hi everyone, welcome to Gloria Horn Sewing Studio. My name's Steve, and today we're going to work on the Baby Lock Applaud. So we picked out a new schedule with classes and stuff, and we used to do a Serger Saturday, and we couldn't film 6 days a week like that on Saturdays and stuff. So we're bringing the some of the Serger lessons and things back to you today. But a lot of people are asking for applaud lesson, Baby Lock applaud lessons. So we're gonna work on that applaud today. And the applaud, for anyone who doesn't know what the applaud is, it is a cover stitch machine that has these wipers that swipe back and forth to make a really cool decorative stitch. So I have some samples here in front of us to take a look at these. We've been, it's a new machine that came out. It was kind of a really surprise when we went to Baby Lock Tech. Baby Lock Tech is the annual convention that we go to learn about new products and new machines. And they introduced the machine. It was like really top secret. But it's a serger that comes out of their factory in Japan. And it's the cover stitch. So it finishes the edges like hems things. But these wipers, so it's a really a cool machine. So you haven't seen it. You'll get to see it today. And anyone else who has it out there, this would be good for you to learn some more about the about your applaud. And anyone who might be interested in an applaud, we can make that happen for you too. So what else is going on here? It was a busy morning. We had a shop full on Saturday. There was a live stream that Baby Lock did about the Radiance. So that was great. It's snowing here in Pittsburgh. We got a little dust and snow out there. So I'm glad you guys are all here. So let's look at some of the samples with the applaud here. Now with a cover stitch machine, you can do a single needle, a double needle, or a triple needle. And we're going to look at, I think, double needle and triple needle today. But these are some of the samples here with like a wide cover stitch with those wipers going back and forth. Here's another one with two different color threads. So there's the needle threads, and then these thick decorative threads get swiped back and forth to make this really, really neat stitch. So you can do it with two threads. You can do it with one decorative thread up top. So we're going to look at some of those. So here's a pillow that John had made, and this is a looks like a narrow cover stitch on this one, with two threads, and then this is just a single needle with two threads in the wiper to give you that like chain kind of look. So there's several stitch combinations on this machine, and we're gonna take a look at a few of them today. This was a pillow that we did at one of our events, and I thought this turned out really nice. So we used the applaud on this and put a flange on this pillow. So you can really embellish your projects. You can also use it to quilt things. I quilted around an octagon with the wipers on and things like that, so it was pretty neat. Another thing I wanted to show you guys is this little serge and stow, like little trim band almost. So we made this at Baby Lock Tech in Lori Hernandez's class. I'll set it down here so you guys can get a better look at it. So I feel like coming up on one of our lessons, we're going to teach this serger project. There's a couple reasons why I want to share this with you guys, because there's some techniques that you learn on this. Plus, it's kind of a neat little useful thing in your sewing room. You could tuck scraps in there. You could tuck like sewing notions in there and hook it to something while you're sewing. But just looking at this, there's a lot of serger techniques in here, and it's all made on the serger. So this down here is the applaud stitch, and you can use thinner threads, or you can use thicker threads in those wipers. And this is some thinner threads. So we just kind of meandered around the front cover of our serge and stow, and made those decorative stitches there. You'll see pin tucking up top here. So it's really cool to do pin tucks on a serger. So we're gonna do that together, and then cording. So this is cording or piping. that puts this together. So and it gives it a really kind of a finished look, having that piping around, and then even the belt loop binder up top here for the hook. So we aren't gonna tackle this project today, but coming up, we're gonna do this in a lesson, and there are instructions that I'm gonna share with everyone, so you have these at home to help you when you go to do yours too. But with just with doing this little project, the pin tucks, the applaud stitch, the cording or the piping, and then just completing it all on the serger, and it's an envelope closure in the back. It was a nice little project, and it teaches you how to like finish off cording, turn corners and stuff like that with the cording. And we really, Gloria and I each made one of these in the same class. Really enjoyed making that with Lori Hernandez. If you don't know Lori Hernandez, she's one of the educators from Baby Lock. She's really sweet. She's really nice. She's in charge of the Surge Fun Club. If you Google Surge Fun Club, you can learn a lot from her. So these are free instructions that we're going to put out in an email for everyone, so you can get these as well. So that's coming up. So I think we're ready to just go over and look at the machine, right? Yeah, let's go take a look at this applaud, okay? So here is our Baby Lock applaud, and just a quick overview of just some of the features on the machine, some new features that aren't on other sergers. There's a speed control here, right on the front of the machine, so if you only want to go a certain speed, you can slow your speed down. There's a needle up down button on a serger now. It's the first serger from Baby Lock to offer a needle up down button, and you can even have the machine stop in needle down position, which is great. There's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 threads up here. So these 4 on this side are for your chain looper and your needles, and then these 2 on this side is for your wipers. And if we look down at the base of the machine here, or at the needle area, I can show you where the wipers are, and it's these 2 pieces right here. So there's a wiper right here and a wiper right here. We're going to go over threading the machine, but I thought just to start, let's just see how cool it looks when it sews. I feel like it looks neat when it sews, and the stitch turns out really good. So let's just see what kind of stitch here we would get with this before we unthread it and work on threading it here. So you can see the wipers just wipe back and forth as the needles go up and down to crisscross that thread. Pretty cool. So this is a wide cover stitch. So the needles are in the outside position, so needle position 1 and 3. And then there's a thick, this is like an 8-weight cording type thread that's in both wipers. Now the machines, all Baby Lock sergers that have the automatic tensions come with a quick reference threading guide. This, you don't try to memorize any of this that's in this little booklet. You just keep it right next to your machine. You use this to help you thread it up. The nice thing about Baby Lock sergers, if the stitch doesn't turn out right, it simply means something isn't set up right. Just unthread, rethread, and I bet it'll work out for you. So we're gonna pick out a stitch in here to do, but first we're gonna learn how to thread the machine. It's been a little while since we've done a demo or a video on this, so I think that's good to start just the basics of threading this machine up. So to start, I'm just gonna clear the threads out of the machine. So I'm just gonna clip everything that's up here. So all the threads are loose now. I'm going to go ahead and open the doors. So I'll open both the door and the table. I'm going to make sure the foot's up. So your foot lift is on the right-hand side here. I'm going to go and lift the foot up there. And I'm just going to pull the chain looper thread towards me. I'm going to pull the needle threads towards me, and I'm going to pull the wiper threads towards me. And then the needles are in the up position, and I'm just going to pull everything right out the back of the machine. And it all came out nice and easy. So I clipped everything up top, I pulled the threads out, and then you just pull the thread out the back. So to start threading this up, we're going to pick the stitch that we're going to do. So we are going to do we're going to set it up for the same stitch we were at. So a wide cover stitch with both loopers. So it is the Creative Top Cover Stitch wide 6mm is the one we're going to set it up for first. So we have our threads in the positions. So if we look up here, again, these are our wiper threads over on the left. And then these are our 3 needle threads. So left, center, and right needle. And then here's your chain looper thread on this far right side. So we just have one spot open here since we only have 2 needles in. Let's see, any questions so far? Nope. Okay, good. So we're going to start by turning the machine down to threading. So we're going to take that lever, put it down into threading. And then we're going to turn the hand wheel. Just turn it towards you until the machine locks. So the hand wheel is locked. That puts the tubules in place for the air threading. We're going to start with the chain looper thread here. So that's here. We're going to just come straight up to the thread guide right above. And then we're going to go in. Come down. There's a little thread guide here. The picture in the book here helps you make sure you're getting the thread path right. And then you just want to pull about 18 inches of thread. And we're going to tuck that tip of that thread down in our threading port. Just like a 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch. And then you're going to hit your push to thread button. And you're going to ask, where did the thread go? So you're going to open this side piece here. And there's a little box here, a little metal box. And you should just see some thread in there. And if the thread's in there, you're perfect. You just leave it in there and you're ready to go. So we'll close that back up. We are going to do our needle threads now. So I'm going to do the needle number 3. That's the right needle. It's going to go snap down in this thread guide here, come straight down. You're going to go behind a thread guide here, into another thread guide here. Now looking at the face of the machine here, there's 2 different areas where the thread could go. This right side here is for the wipers. This part over here, the bigger white part, is for your needles. So we're going to go under all of this. We're going to go up and over, behind the thread guide in front. And then what I like to do is I like to clip the thread just past the base of the machine there. When you're threading the needle, you don't need a bunch of thread trying to get it through the needle. You just need a little bit. So we're going to get the needle threader. It has a really nice needle threader on this. I'm just going to lower the foot to get the foot out of the way. There's a switch here for which needle you're going to thread. So we're on C3, that right needle. You're just going to push this threader down, push it down the whole way, and it just stays there. And then from right to left, you're going to put that thread in the thread guide and then just lift that threading lever on the left-hand side there back up, and it just creates a little loop, and you just pull the rest out, and your needle's threaded. It's super easy to work with. So we're going to go to the C1 needle, so that's our left needle, and that's this thread here. Now when you're working with the wipers and setting up your stitch, you have to set up your base stitch first. And your base stitch is that wide cover stitch. And you're actually going to test that stitch out and make sure it's sewing the way it's supposed to before you add the wipers in. So again, we're going to go under here, up and over, behind the thread guide there. I'm going to clip this thread off. There we go. I'm going to lower the foot. I'm going to go behind the thread guide above the needle. I'm going to engage our needle threader. And then from right to left, we're going to put that thread, pull that back, and then there's a little loop. We're just going to pull that little loop, and we're just going to take that towards the back of our machine. So we are all threaded for our cover stitch, our wide cover stitch. So I'm going to go ahead and close up our table. I'm going to close up the door here. Now when you go to close it up, if it won't shut, it just means you haven't gone from threading back to serging. So we're just going to take that back to serging. And then we're going to check out a couple of other things on our card here. So needle position C1, C3, we're in that, so that's good. Needle tension, auto here for needle tension, it just says it wants it on 0. Chain looper tension, that's over here. It wants that between 2 and 3. So right in between the numbers 2 and 3. Stitch length, it recommends between 3 and 4. So I have it all the way up to 4 because we're using thicker decorative threads. If you're using thinner decorative threads in the wipers, you can go with a little slightly shorter stitch length. There is, can I see this lever down here? Okay, yes, this right here. That is your wiper control. So when you see a red circle and the little lever's down, that means the wipers are turned off. So you can use the machine like a regular cover stitch machine without the wipers engaged. And that's what we're going to do to test out this stitch first. And then we're going to bring the wipers in just a second. So let's try sewing this out. When you're starting a cover stitch, you want to make sure both needles land in fabric. So I'm putting the fabric a good bit underneath the foot. You'll get the stitch to start right away if you make sure the needles land in the fabric when you start. One thing we didn't talk about is the differential feed, and that's what's down here. So the way I remember it is neutral or normal is what I use most. And if you go all the way down and 2 clicks up, that's neutral. For most things, you don't have to adjust this, but if something's puckering or something's gathering too much, you can adjust this for you. So we're just going to do this chain stitch here. And then you can go ahead and keep chaining off. Now, there's my... So there is our chain stitch. It's a long one. There's the back. So that's perfect. That's what we need. So I was watching a video on Baby Luck's website, Chris Tryon. She's one of their educators. She's super talented. Her samples are always gorgeous when we go to these conventions and see them. I know we've posted some of her projects on Facebook when we've gone and taken pictures and stuff. She always has a leader cloth that she sews into first before she goes into her fabric. So I just cut myself a piece here of that leader cloth to start with, and we're gonna do that too for this. So we're gonna now thread the wipers. So to do that, I'm gonna go and lift the foot back up, and we're gonna look at how the wipers go. So there is the diagram in the chart here to help you, but we're gonna start with either the right or the left, either one. So I'm gonna just start with the right one. You'll notice there are cone holders normally on the thread stands. We take the cone holders off on this side over here, and we put these discs on to help support this type of thread. It all kind of depends on what thread you're using, how it looks. But these are, let's see, I'll take the thread net off. These are Razzle Dazzle, and they're on a spool, and this thread tends to fall off these since it's such a bigger thread. So we like to put a disc underneath it, and we like to have a thread net on it just to keep the thread kind of maintained around the spool. So we're in the thread guide right above it. We're going to snap this thread into that slot right there. You're going to come behind that thread guide, and you're going to come under, up, and over. So I'll do that again. So thread guide here, you're going to come to the left, under that, up and over, into this channel here, and there's a little thread guide. You can put the thread in and just come straight down there. So I'm going to give myself a clean end here, and we're going to thread up our wiper. So from here, you're going to go through the toe of the foot. So there's a little guide. You don't know how many times I've missed that toe of the foot. It's really important that you don't miss the toe of the foot there. So we're going to do that. And then you're just going to go straight down through the wiper. And you want to make sure your wipers are open. See how they're open? If I show you what they look like closed, see how they're closed and they're kind of crossed over each other? You don't want to thread the wipers when they're like that. You definitely want to thread them when they're open. Can you see the difference? So that's when they're like engaged and starting to work. You want to thread for sure when they are open, and flipping that lever down ensures that they stay open for you so you don't mess up when you're threading. We're just going to go straight down through that. And so we have to wear tweezers here. That's okay. Oh, I can't see that. Oh, good, good, good. Yes. I wonder if your sewing drawers look like ours. But I have a pair of tweezers, so that just helps us there. Okay, and that just, we'll put that on the right side like that. Same thing with this left one. So we're going to grab the thread. We're going to snap it into this thread guide here. We're going to go behind the thread guide, under, up, and over, through this other thread guide, through the toe of the foot, and then down through that wiper. Oops. Sometimes you can be your own worst enemy when you're threading. Let's see. Okay, we'll grab that thread there. Okay, so we have our wipers threaded. We're ready to go. So I'm going to start with the that leader cloth. I'm going to put that under the foot there, and I'm going to go ahead and lower the foot. Now, when you're working with these wiper threads, you kind of have to get them started, and there's a little trick or technique that they recommend to doing. So this is kind of important. So in the book explains this and tells this, but you're going to take these threads and you're just going to kind of hold them back like in a wide V, like this. So they're away from you this way in a wide V. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take a couple stitches. So I'm going to go ahead and put our needles down. Oop, we got to turn the wipers on, right? So we're going to flip that switch, that little lever down here. Let's go ahead and engage those. So we're going to do, put a little tension on them, and you're going to do, let's see, so just a couple stitches. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and lift the foot. And then I'm just going to take something, maybe our needle changing tool, and you're just going to slide this back to get those threads behind the foot there. So I got one. Let's get the other one here. Okay. You can clip them. I like to kind of slide them back so we have them back. Now you can put your foot down and you can continue on sewing. Okay. So the way Chris did it when she was doing her sample is she left that piece there and she chained a little bit, and then you're ready to go ahead and stitch your next piece down. So we'll put that. Oops. So we have a little thread wrapped around our wiper. I think it's the way I put the thread through because I see it's wrapped around here. Let's try to fix that. So what we're going to do, so this will happen to you at home too. So we're just going to, I'm going to turn those wipers off for a second so they quit working. And I'm just going to chain this out here. And I got to clip this one thread here. We'll figure out what happened. Okay, so let's clip. So we were looking good, and then something changed, okay? Something changed. So let's fix it together. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and clip both of those wiper threads, and we're going to establish that base stitch first, and then we're going to bring the wipers back in. So I cleared the wipers, and then let's test out our cover stitch here. So that stitch looks good. Check the back, check the front. I like the way it looks, so we're good there. So let's thread up our wipers again. So we're going to do that right one here. Just going to snap that in, come down, under, up and over. We're going to go through the toe of the machine. And then down through that wiper there. Okay. So we did the one wiper, let's get the other one here. So we're going to snap that in, come straight down, under, up, over, in that other thread guide there. Go through the toe of our machine. And then we're going to go down through that wiper. Okay. give it another try here. Everyone doing okay? Good. You guys have questions or anything? One of those wipers threads stopped spinning down. Okay. Okay, so let's try this one. So we're gonna turn our wipers on here, and I'm just gonna hold them back like a V like this, and we're just gonna do a couple stitches. So I just did like 2 stitches. This time I'm just gonna snip these tails and then try again here. There we go. Success, perfect. That's the stitch we want. So remember, something didn't work out right, just go back to the base stitch, like that chain stitch, and then add those wipers in, and you should be all good. So that looks perfect. That's exactly what we want. The back looks perfect too. So the next little technique I wanted to share with you guys is there are these attachments that you can get for the machine. There is the cording and taping micro insert foot kits. Cording, taping, micro insert foot kit. That's a mouthful. So it comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different attachments that attach to the front part of our machine here. And then we're going to work with cording, and there's also this cord guide plate that's available, and we're gonna learn how to use this today too. So I watched a video on this this morning. So I didn't practice or test it. So this is going to be a good learning experience for all of us. Setting this up, it looked like she made it look really easy, and it was a really neat technique. So I thought you guys would like this. So we're gonna first I'm gonna clear the wipers, because I'm going to use a little bit different threads. So I'm going to use these 2, these are 12 weight, so it's a little bit thinner thread than this thick cording for this kind of, than this thread up here. So we're going to switch out these threads. So I'm going to go ahead and clip our wiper threads. After all that, getting them started, we're going to clip them. So pull those, and then we're just going to run. Let's turn these off. Clear these here. Looks like I go. Okay, good. So we have the wipers cleared. We're going to take these threads off, and we are going to add these threads in place. But the ability to really embellish your projects, I'll pull up some of the Chris Tryon's Serger samples on my phone that I have pictures of and stuff to share with you guys. I think they're neat to see, to give you an idea of a lot of the stuff that you can do with this machine. Her name's Chris Tryon. She makes the most beautiful samples. So we are going to use this cording, and we're going to stitch over it, and we're going to put it through the cord guide, and we're also going to use the cording micro insert as well. So, but I want to set this up for a triple stitch. So I'm going to add a needle. I'd love to add a needle, but we don't have an extra needle there. Let's see if I have anything there. I need a serger needle. I thought for sure there would be one up in that little cubby. Is there anyone that can run and get us a serger needle? You know what, Zach might have one. So we will, we'll get the needle in a second, but we'll get it threaded up to start. So I'm gonna go ahead and add another thread to this center position. And we're gonna bring that thread up here. I'm gonna go and open the doors. Now for this, I feel like I can just add this center needle thread. I don't have to completely unthread the machine because the left needle, the right needle, and the chain looper are all going to stay the same. I'm just adding one thread, adding one needle. So does Zach have a serger needle? Beautiful. Okay, excellent. Thank you, thank you. Regular Baby Lock's regular sergers, when you're doing an overlock where it just cuts the fabric to finish off the edge of a seam or something, you can use universal needles in your machine and it works out just fine. With a cover stitch, I know they tell us they like these EL705 needles, and it's printed on the front of your machine here, which needles. So we're going to go ahead and get this needle in. So this red-handed Allen key is your needle insertion tool. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to put this flat spot to the back. We're going to come straight down. You know what, let's see. I might use these tweezers to help us. There we go. So the screws, your needle screws, when you take a needle out, you can leave that screw loose. You don't have to tighten it back up. Our needle screw was tight, so I had to loosen it to get it in. There's a cover over the front of these screws so they don't fall out. So for your sake, for the ease of changing needles in and out, when you loosen it and then the needle slides out, just keep it loose so it's ready to accept that needle when you're ready to put it back in. And then there's this magnet up top here that you can put your needle at, which I think is great because you're using a single needle, double needle, triple needle, and those needles are still good. You just pop it right up there and you're all set to go. So, all right, so we have our needle thread. Okay, so here it is. We're gonna snap it down. Make sure our foot's lifted up. Snap that down, come straight down, behind the thread guide, up and over, there. I'm gonna put this down into threading and I'm gonna turn the hand wheel. That's gonna get our needle threader in alignment. So I went to threading, turn the hand wheel towards me till it locked. I'm just gonna trim some of that thread away. I'm gonna lower the foot. We're gonna go to C2, center needle, and engage our needle threader. From right to left, we're gonna put this thread in there. Lift that up. Oop, let's try again. There's our little loop. We'll just pull that loop out. Good. I'm gonna go back to serging, and we're gonna go ahead and test our base stitch. So this is a triple cover stitch. And then I'm just gonna check our chart because I just wanna make sure all our settings are correct. So let's look here. Okay, so we are doing creative top cover triple stitch, 6mm. So we have needles 1, 2, and 3. Chain loop retention stays the same. Stitch length, auto. So yep, everything's the same as it was before, but it's good to just check our chart to make sure nothing's changed. And then let's just test out our base stitch. So again, we're going to start with the needles on the fabric. And there is our triple cover stitch. Looks good, front and back, perfect. Okay. So we are going to, first we're going to lift our foot up, and I'm going to, we'll thread the wipers now. So we're going to take the right wiper here, we're going to snap it in to the thread guide there, through that thread guide under, up and over, and then through that guide, we are going to go through the toe of the machine and then through the wiper. And then let's do our left wiper, same path, thread guide there, up, over, in this other thread guide. I like having a pair of snips with me, I like having a pair of tweezers with me, and I like having like a stiletto or something, like I have the purple thing. I like having those three little instruments next to me when I'm working with this serger too. It's good to have the right tools. Down through that wiper. Grab her. Okay. All right, so we have our wipers threaded. Let's go ahead and let's test this one off. So we'll put our foot down. We're going to go ahead and turn those wipers on. So we're going to lift that lever up. We're going to hold that thread back like a V. We're just going to do just a couple stitches there. I'm going to take those tails of those wipers, I'm just going to trim them. So we're going to trim there. We're going to trim there. And let's try this here. And then with the stitch, since this is a little bit thinner, I think you could even bump it down to 3, just to get a little shorter stitch length. Let's chain off. And there's that one there. So there's 3 needle threads, and then the 2 wipers going back and forth. The light pink really blends in with our fabric. It's kind of hard to see, but the dark pink really stands out there. Perfect. So that's the stitch we need. So now what we're going to do is we're going to lift our foot again, and we're going to attach the cording micro insert. So it's this little plastic piece on the toe of the foot. It just slides right off like this. So that's the standard one that comes on the machine. And we're going to take that off for now. I'm going to put it up in my little storage compartment up here on the right-hand side, just for safekeeping. Now the cording that we're using is, I think it's 2.3 millimeter. So we're going to find the yellow cording guide. I think it's the yellow one. Let's check. So with these, with this foot set, there are for ribbon, for tape, and then cording. There's 6 different ones in here. So there's a QR code on the side here that's going to help us use so cording instructions, and they're color decode, or they're color coordinated for the different size. So I think this is a 2.3, and there's a 2.5 and a 2. I wonder which one we should use. If we should use the 2.5 or the... Okay, so I'm going to try I think I'm going to go with the 2.5. The 2.5 is the yellow one. So there's a little yellow dot. So that's the one we're going to use. And the cording actually just goes in this foot. I'm gonna show you how that works too. So I'm going to go and take that, and you're just going to slide it into the foot here. And the plastic part like kind of sits level with the foot, and then it just clamps around the front of the toe there, okay? The other thing we're going to do is we're going to take our cording guide here, and we're going to attach that to the front of the machine. So there's accessory screws. So these came with your machine, these little white screws to hold these attachments in place. So we're just going to get this in here. So that's going to hold our cording. And when you're working with these attachments like this with the cording, this will need adjusted a little bit left-right so that this, these two cords are going to run next to each other and get stitched into our project. So we want the center needle thread to run right in between both of these cords. So this might need adjusted a little bit just so it's perfect. But I have it lined up the best I can see, but we're going to adjust it in a second. So I have this cording here, and I put some Scotch tape on the ends of each piece just to make it easier to get it in here. So we're going to start, and we're going to do through this part of the cord. And let's see, let's make sure we're doing this other part right. Okay, and then this cording is going to go on the foot. There's two openings. There's one towards the front here. So it's going to go up the opening in the front, and then it's going to go get this. Okay, so it's going to go up through the front. So we in through the cord guide, up through the front, and then down through this other opening here. Oh, okay, right there. There it goes. Okay, good. Okay, we're going to pull that back that way. Okay, so I have it in there. Perfect. Like anything, it's when it's your first time, it gets easier every time you do it. So we got the first one in. Same thing with this other one. We're going to insert this. I'm just going to help push it in there. Good. Okay, so we got it through there. And we're going to take that cord and we're going to come up through the front of the foot. There it is. Okay, we got it up. and then straight back down. Oh, see, that is easier the second time. Okay, and then we'll grab it from underneath and just pull it through. There we go. Okay, so we got all through the front, up, and then back down with our cording. And then let's take a piece of fabric here and this one. So we're going to do a little test with this because we're going to cover the cording in just a second with our fabric. So we're just going to do a little test here to get it started. Let's just put that down and then let's give this a go. Turn our wipers back on. So I don't feel like it's feeding real well. Let's try again here. There it goes. Okay, good. Okay. So I did a little test sew, and then now we're going to take this fabric and we're going to cover the cord. So the first time we had the cords on top of our fabric to get it started. Now we're going to take this fabric and we're just going to go over top of this, but under the foot. So I'm going to lift the foot up, and then this is going to go right there. Get this started. Maybe. Okay, let's see what we're doing here. That's that part. Okay. Then how do we? This was such a neat thing when she showed it. Okay, what am I doing wrong here? Let's try. I'm running into a roadblock with. So you know what? Let's you know what? I have the video here. Let's just look at Chris Tryon's video and see what we're doing wrong here, because this is what I was watching. It was, so I'm on Baby Lock's website, and so maybe let's go up to the table real quick. You guys all still with me? Okay. So I hit a little snag. There's this one spot that I'm stuck on. So we're going to look at the video together real quick, and then it'll make more sense. So this was, let's go, was this the one? Okay. I think this is it. So Baby Lock has a lot of classes on their websites. Okay, so we're going to go back to the Applaud. And here's classes. Applaud cord guide plate. I think this is it right here, this one. Okay. Watch this class.
Hi, Chris here, and we're going to talk about the cord guide plate. When I was first introduced to this, I kind of questioned whether it was something that I was...
Let's skip ahead because we're going to get to the one spot.
I just continued to stitch. I started off with a stitch length
we're
of
right
4.
there. Let's go back.
Tracking or guiding line on
okay, let's see what she did.
Raise that presser foot, slide it up to the needles, and I'm aligning that C2 needle in this case with the marked line on my fabric, and that's really what I'm watching the entire time.
I see.
I'm stitching is that C2 needle and that marked line.
Let's go back.
The stitch, and then I'm just continuing to.
So I put it up and down through the guide of the foot.
Our needle, as you can see, is literally going right in between those 2 strands of cording. I'm ready to place my fabric in position, and again.
Okay, I figured out what we did. Okay, so there's 2 ways to use this. Use the foot. You can use it so it lands on the top of your fabric, or you can do it so it lands underneath the fabric. When I went up through the front of the foot and back down, that's for using it on the top of the fabric. We're using it underneath, kind of a reverse technique, so you don't go up and down. That's the part I missed, okay? So we're going to undo that part, and then it should work for us, okay? Everyone still with me? Good, thank you. Okay, so we are going to, I'm going to clip these right. I'm just going to clip them right there, and then we'll get them back working again, okay? Let's do our little, let's try again here now with this. We need to get these out of the way. Okay, these ones gotta come out. Okay, good. Let's clear these out that way. These ones stay underneath. Let's pull this up. Okay, I think we got it now. Good. All right, let's see what we got here. I'll slide these cords back a little bit. Okay, let's clip this one off too. So here's what we were going for. So it gives you a raised finish with cording underneath, and then the wipers and the stitch over top, and then your cording lands underneath. Look at the bottom side. So sometimes you can use this this attachment, and you have the cords on top, and that's the decorative side that you want to see. For this one, we're not going up and down through the foot, so that's the back. Look how perfect that is. They just fall right in place. That needle's right down the center there, and there's that. After looking at this, I should have, my right wiper is too similar to my to the fabric color that I'm using, so I would probably pick a different one, but let's try running that stitch again here. Not cording. There we go. Okay. Keep that going. I'm going to do one more next to it over here. I really like this technique. I thought it was really cool when I saw it on the website. Okay, there. And you don't even have to babysit the cords. They stay right in place with that cord guide. Yes, you can do a curved line. To do a curved line, so I'm at 4 with the stitch length, okay? But if you're going to do a curved line, decrease your pressure foot pressure. So on the knob here on this side, pressure foot pressure is right here. It's on the dot in the middle. Just decrease it a little bit. There's like clicks you can feel. So go like a click or two down, and then you'd be able to do curved lines too. I'm going to put that back to normal. But that, I thought it was a really a neat technique. So there's the back. It's a perfect serger stitch. And that needle thread, you just want it to land right in between those 2 rows of cording, and it did. I think that's really cool. A technique that I had never seen before. Wasn't sure if you guys had ever seen something like that, so I wanted to share it with you. So thanks for learning with me, for hanging in there till we figured it out. But there's another set of attachments for this machine. This cord guide plate is awesome. There's just so many things you can do with it, and I'm excited about learning them and teaching you guys. You guys can learn too. So I think that's our lesson for today. Let's head back up to the front here. So yeah. Sorry for the little mix up there, but we got it figured out together, so that's great. You just got to use your resources, right? So thank you everyone for joining in with this. So we did some cording on the applaud. We learned how to thread it today. And then we're also we're gonna do more stuff like this too. So it was so busy this morning, I didn't get a chance to practice that out. It's better to have like samples ahead of time to show you, oh, this is the stitch that we're doing, rather than to keep you guys in the dark. So I'll make sure I do that for next time. So thanks for hanging in there with me. But I wanted to talk about the applaud. If you guys don't have an applaud and you would like to get an applaud, you could put it in your cart and you could buy it today. We're offering the 10% credit back, but I think you should call. You should call, because the price that's in the bubble is the lowest price we're allowed to advertise it online. So if you call, you can get a better price. So give us a call and we can get your applaud. We can ship it right to you. And it's just a really, really neat machine. It's also a cover stitch. So with a serger, there's cover stitch and overlock. I like the cover stitch separate from my overlocker. So like my ideal combo for sergers would be the Baby Lock Acclaim and the Baby Lock Applaud, because you can have one setup for overlock for like the inside seams, one setup for cover stitch, and you don't have to switch back and forth. You're not pulling needles in and out. That's the setup I like. So if you're looking for the dream setup, Steve's dream setup, it's the Baby Lock Applaud and the Baby Lock Acclaim, and we can get both those for you. So the Baby Lock Acclaim has the wave stitch, and it also has air threading for the needles. So it's really a great machine. So what do we got in the lineup today? Can we jump to that cord guide since we were just working with it? So this is the cord guide plate. This fits. Oh, let's zoom in on the picture there too. You can see her little sample with this. You can see how like the stitches are really raised up to give that like, not like a trapunto look, but just a 3D effect with that. But this is the cord guide. It attaches to the front of the machine, and it just enables you to run that cord through. And it kept it lined up perfectly for us so that the that center needle. Does the cord guide come with the applaud? It does not. This one's just an extra accessory for everyone. So if you don't have the cord guide plate for your applaud, I think it's great to have. So again, you can do it with the cording on top, or you can do it with the cording underneath. Yeah, I love the Triumph too. It's a wonderful serger. So if you have the Triumph, like you might want the applaud too. So, but that's our cord guide. And Baby Lock's feet come in these little cases that you can store them in. You can even hang them on like a pegboard, and then it also comes with instructions on how to utilize the cord guide plate. So just pictures and instructions, which is really nice. They even point out like certain things to watch for when you're doing it, but they just walk you through. There's two in here. I wonder what this one is. I wonder if this is the same thing. Oh, it's in, I think it's in French. So you get French and English, so. So that is our cord guide plate for the applaud. 10% credit back today, 10% credit back, yep. Our next set of feet here is the cording taping micro insert foot kit. Cording taping micro insert foot kit. So let's lay it down so you can see what comes in it here. So there's little dots to differentiate the colors and identifies which foot is which. There's ones for taping or for like ribbon, which is like the red one, the blue one and the green one over here. And then so that's 3 of those, and then 3 different size cording ones. So there's a 5mm space, 2.5mm 2 groove. So for cording, a 2mm cording and a 1.6mm cording. And then this particular set of feet is nice because it has the QR code on the side here. So you just scan your QR code and it brings up not only instructions, but also a video. So there's a video attached to this to help you get set up, and then instructions for the taping and for the cording. So if we go to the cording, there's all the instructions on how to use the different ones for all 6 attachments, and they just slide into the foot, the front of the foot there. I like this set. And then I like how they're organized too, because they're in like a little foam cutout there, so they stay nice and organized for you in a nice little box. So this is the cording taping micro insert foot kit. And then we can go in any order now.
Yeah, we can do.
Let's just start at the top and come down.
Yeah.
Okay. So with this project that we're going to do on one of our shows, I don't think it's going to be the next one because I want to practice run this through. We stitched this out a couple months ago, so I definitely want to sit down and like sew it all out once before I actually do it on the show. So I'm going to set aside some time to do that. But the cording foot was used with this project to do the cording. I just love the way it looks. Here's the cording across the top. There's the piping that goes all the way around. So to make your piping, you use the cording foot, and then you even use it to sew in the cording. So the first cording foot is this 5mm cording foot here. It's in the green package, so we know that's for our 8-thread sergers. So our combo sergers. What size of the cording foot to? Oh, Gina. Oh, so what size cording foot to order to do rope pulls? So people don't normally use a cording foot for the rope pulls because I don't think you can turn as easy because those channels are like straight with your cording foot. So if you're just going in straight lines with that cording foot, I think you're good. But then once you start wanting to rotate it around, you just need a flat foot. So like the universal foot is what I see most people using, or like the open toe foots you can see, because you're doing a zigzag in that rope bowl or that clothesline to make the bowl. So I could be wrong, but from what my understanding, the cording foot isn't always the best foot. It would make sense to use that foot to keep the cords together, but when you go around a corner or so, like to make the basket round, I think you run into trouble with the cording foot. So, but this is the cording foot that we use most. This is the 5mm one. This is for the combo machines. It's called and if you see on the back here, there's just a channel there that the cording just sits in. So you can make your piping, and then you can also sew it into your project as well. So that's for the 8 threads. So we're going to be using that foot on this project coming up. Now, if you have one of the, this is the other cording foot. This is in the pink packaging. So if you have a just overlock machine like the Acclaim, the Victory, the Celebrate, the Imagine, this is the foot for you. The ones in the green package are bigger because it's a combo machine. So you have more needle spaces, more feed dogs and stuff. These ones are usually narrower with this. So let's take a look at this one here. There's that channel that runs right there. And I think we use this to put in zippers too on things on the serger. So that's for the 4-thread overlock machines like the Acclaim, Victory, Imagine, Celebrate. And this one, it just rides, when you go to sew it in, it just rides right along that cording. Yes, the getaway, if you ever have a chance to do Baby Lock's getaways or some of their classes in Academy, it is a really great time. You do learn a lot from them. So, and then the trim bin. Is it over there? It's right back there. So this fits, this isn't for the Applaud because the Applaud does not trim anything. This is a trim catch bin for many of the sergers that have the magnet. So if you look at underneath your serger, there's a little tab you can pull out, and there's this little part right here. There's a magnet, so if you drop a needle, chances are it'll land on that magnet. So what they've done is they've attached a trim bin to that, so it slides into the base of the machine, and then there's just a little trim bin to catch all your scrappings when you're serging. When we're serging and cutting those edges, you can make quite a mess. So it's nice to have a little trim bin. We've been wanting this for a long time, and they have it. They finally made it for us. So we're thrilled about this. This one fits the Acclaim, Triumph, Ovation, Evolution, Accolade, Splendor, some of the newer sergers that have the magnet down here. So if you go to your machine and you see, when you pull out that little tab and there's a magnet there, it'll fit on your serger too. Love the trim bin. It does, it fits the Accolade, yes. I'm pretty sure, let's see. You know what, I can tell you real quick here. Where's my phone? I don't want to tell you the wrong thing, Sharon. Let's find out. Can you believe, like, we're almost at the end of January? It's January 19th, people. It's like, where is the time going already? We're already a month down. Yes, the tray is great. So let's see, trim bin, let's see if it, nope, that's the wrong one. Let's go back. Let's go to Baby Lock's website. I don't have the packaging over here to tell you. Okay, deluxe trim bin. That's funny. It's not listed on their website which ones it fits, so I can't help you there. But I'm pretty sure it fits the Accolade. I'm pretty sure. If yours, oh, that's the way. If yours has the magnet, if you go to your serger and it has the magnet, it'll fit. Just know that. Will you be showing a project for the Applaud, or will a serger be needed too? Will you be showing a project for the Applaud? We can, yeah, we can find, because the sometimes you'll need like combination of something like a sewing machine and the Applaud in combination, because like this project, we used the Applaud, but then we also used a sewing machine for this one. Same thing with this one. We used the Applaud, but then we also used a sewing machine. So you could do this on a sewing machine. You could do the Applaud, stuff like that, and then your pin tucks you could do on the Applaud as well. And then the piping and everything, that part can be done on a sewing machine, but we're going to do this one all on the serger. I agree, Troy. That trim bin, we've been wanting that for a long time. So, And then we got some threads, some serger threads. We got a few colors here, some of the ones we like the best. It's always good to have serger thread in stock. So these ones, you'll get 2 cones. Oftentimes people will buy 4 of the same color. So if you want, you can actually pass them all over here if you want all the colors so you can see them. So these are the first ones, and this is what's this one called? Oh, it just is the color number, but that's like a beige color there. So oftentimes people get 4 cones. They have matching because you usually use 4 threads in a serger, but that's like a beige color, khaki, light khaki. It is color number 8821. Oh, pearl. Okay, that's the color, pearl. We like the Madeira Aero Lock. You can use lots of different types of threads in serger, but these are made for the serger. So that's the pearl. And then this one, this is just a darker. There was a thread from Superior thread that was this color, or no, Signature that was this color. It was called Mother Goose. What's the color of this one called? Taupe. Okay, taupe. So this is 2 cones of taupe, and it's just a nice taupey gray color. And if you want 4 cones, just put it in your cart twice. So that's good. Taupe, and then we got the pink. This,
9100.
yep, 9100, and this is fuchsia. So we have fuchsia. That's a nice bright color. Two cones of fuchsia. And red.
8380.
8380. So this is just a red color. So you get 2 cones of red, and this one is actually called red. Okay. That was it. They didn't expand upon that. There's lots of different names for red, and they just said red. So this is just red. Red's actually my favorite color. I like red. Red's my favorite color. And I think, you know why? Because like growing up, when I was like 5 years old, I was obsessed with Wizard of Oz and the ruby red slippers. I think I watched Wizard of Oz every single day. So that's why my favorite color is red. So we get this one in, this lavender, this, oh, there it is. Okay, and this one is called Orchid. Okay, so this is Orchid. Just a purple color. It's a nice one. But you'll get 2 cones. If you want 4, just put it in your cart twice. Can't wait for spring. It's coming. It's coming. We got snow today, but the sun's out, so. Yes, my kitchen is right. I love it. Yes. You know what's so funny is someone was cleaning out their house or basement or something, with closet, something, and they found the VHS cassette tape of The Wizard of Oz, and someone wrapped it up and gave it to me for Christmas. So now I got to go find a VCR to be able to watch it. When's the last time you watched a VHS tape on a VCR? It's been a while for me. Because after they do, yeah, they like The Wizard of Oz too. After VHS tapes, what was it? DVDs, right? And then you could go to the store at the kiosk and like rent a DVD and then take it back to that machine and drop it off, or you could do mail order of that. Now it's all digital. No, you don't do. Do they even do DVD players anymore? I guess they do. I guess if you have them, yeah. So, Maxi Lock.
Yep.
Okay, so Maxi Lock Stretch. It used to be called Woolly Nylon. Now it's called Maxi Lock Stretch. It's is there anything with a wave stitch out there? There's a sample. Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. So this is a rolled wave. So this is a tiny wave. But when you're working with a wave stitch, you want the thread to fill in. So this thread, when it's tight, it runs through the machine like regular thread. But then when it relaxes, it kind of puffs up. So it's really nice to have. And then when you're working with the wave stitch, Netflix started as DVD. Yep. It's nice to have a contrast. I like a good contrast in color. Like I like to pair white with a color because I think it really pops with that. This is a real light pink, and this is the rolled wave on this one. But when it relaxes, oh, here I can just pull this little bit out here. So can we show them this? Can they see this? I'll put it over the red here. So here's a little bit of it. So I'm going to pull it tight and see how it's just like looks like normal thread. And then when you relax it, see how it like puffs up? So this goes through the loopers of the machine. And it's great for the wave stitch. You can use this in clothing. It says great for stretch and recovery, makes soft, smooth seams, ideal for swimwear, lingerie, fitness wear, and undergarments because it is really soft. It doesn't cut into you. It feels like yarn. So this, what color we got in the bubble?
The first one is red currant.
Red. This must. Yep. Okay. So this is a red currant. It's kind of a burgundy maroon color. But this was woolly nylon, now it's maxi-lock stretch. So if you don't have some of these colors, I love working with this. It's a deep, nice color. What do you do with the ends of the wave stitch? You take your tails, and with a double-eyed needle, you can weave it back through the underside of the stitching. So we use these double-eyed needles. I just saw one in here. Maybe that was the other drawer. Anyway, so a double-eyed needle, and then you just weave it back through. I can't see if he did that on any of these. I think he clipped them. You can also use fray check too. Can you use it on the applaud? Yes, you can use it on the applaud as well. Yep. So that's the red currant. And then, so this is a swirl. So this is just a variegated thread. Now this one isn't a stretch one, but it's just a variegated thread. And this would look neat in the loopers of the, in the wipers of the machine because it is variegated. So it just goes into different shades of purple down to white. But this is maxi-lock swirl decorative thread. It says great variegated colors, excellent seam strength, consistent sewability, mildew, UV light tolerant, shrink and abrasion resistant. Maxi-lock swirls. I love variegated thread. It's neat to get all the colors in one strand of thread. So, and then this is the Swiss Beauty. So it's this darker pink color. But this is a stretch. This is maxi-lock stretch. So when it's tight, it runs through the machine like normal thread. And then when it relaxes, it kind of fills in. This is great for like a rolled edge. Do you have red swirls? We might, Sharon. I don't think today. We don't have a red and white swirl, but we do have a swirl that has some red in it, but just not a total red swirl. This one is the stretch, maxi-lock stretch. Eggshell. So just a neutral. This is the stretch. but a rolled edge. This makes a really beautiful rolled edge on napkins or a tablecloth or the edge of a scarf. And it is super soft when you fill it. So that's eggshell. And you get 10% credit back, so that's good too. Oh, we got 2 more colors here. So we have, let's do the white. So white maxi locks. So I love the white. I love the white with, like, when you put these together in that wave stitch, just the contrast, it really pops. I love putting white with another color. White with like that one or white with this one. You just really see that. The wave stitch really shows off when you have that deep contrasted colors between the two. This one, I might put these 2 together. The eggshell, I like these 2 together here. I think that would look nice. Because it's still a big contrast, but that eggshell works well with that one, I feel like. And then this pink and this white, those look good together. Pink and white and red look really good together. I like those 2 together. And then when you look at your card for the wave stitch, we'll go over this when we do the wave stitch. You can choose which color you see more of or less of, and I'll show you how to read the card when we do that, the wave stitch. So, and then this is the last color for those. This is natural, so just a neutral khaki beigey color. You could pair those together as well. I have so much maxi lock. I'm jealous. Maxi lock's good. It's good to have a lot of maxi lock. And we got one more swirl here. No? Okay. And then threads to go in the wipers. These are those thick. Do you have applaud needles in the lineup? No, but I think we can add them. They're ELX705. See if we can find them. So the threads that go in the wipers are these thick decorative threads. Here they are. And they're called Razzle and Dazzle. And they come from Wonderfill. And it's an 8-weight. It's almost like a cording. You can't put this through the eye of the needle. It's just too thick. But it can definitely go in the wipers. It can go in the loopers as well. So you can use this in the loopers and the wipers. And we got a little bundle started. So we have some ones by themselves, and then we also have some bundles. So this is a nice set of 5 colors. It's a nice bright primary colors. So bright Razzle. Razzle is more of like just a consistent flat finish. It's still got a shine to it. And then Dazzle is the one that has the sparkles in it. So this is Razzle. You'll get a yellow, an orange, a red, a green, and a blue. So those are a nice set of primary colors. And then we have another bundle here. These are metallics for the new year. And if you look, you can see the sparkle in it. So that's the Dazzle that has the sparkle in it. Let's see, where's the red? Here's the red. Here's like reds next to each other. So this is Dazzle without the sparkle, and then Razzle. Am I saying that right? No. Razzle has no sparkle. Dazzle has the sparkle. Yeah. Keep that straight. So this is a nice set of Dazzle with the metallics. Yeah, Deb Cannon does a lot with these. She's another great educator out there, is Deb Cannon. So this should be fuchsia. Let's do the go down. Yeah, let's do the fuchsia because here's these, and then what else is on there? There's probably this one. Fuchsia and silver.
Okay, so the ones in the fuchsia one are Razzle 1201 and Razzle 2000.
1201 and 2000. Got it.
And then Dazzle 8201 and Dazzle 39.
39.
Yes.
820. Yep, got it. We're good. Pick the right ones. Okay. So this is a set where you're going to get 2 Razzle, 2 Dazzle. So you get a silver and a pink in the Razzle. And then Dazzle, you get this fuchsia. And then this one is a white. Like the main thread is white. And then the sparkle metallics is like turquoise and pink and yellow. So that's a really pretty one too. So this is a nice little fuchsia and silver Razzle Dazzle set. So those were our little bundles of Razzle Dazzles for you, and then we have some just individually too, because sometimes it's nice just to get one. Do we have them individually too, or just they all sets?
We do have
Okay.
We have this Dazzle. I think this is the silver Dazzle.
This is it. 8201.
It is 2000.
Oh, 2000. Okay, so we have this one. It's a popular color just by itself. It's the silver. Color number 2000. This is Dazzle. I'll put it right up here. So if you just want a single spool in the silver, that's available there. I like that neutral set. What's in that neutral set? It might be these here.
It is Razzle 160, Razzle 8201.
All right. Razzle 160. Okay, Razzle 160. I'll put that up here. 8201.
Yeah, it looks like some of them are reused. Like
Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay, so we got you do a black, a white.
And then 7102.
Okay. Oh, here's this one. Yep.
And then 6230.
Okay.
And 590.
Here it is. Okay, good. So you get a white, a pearl, a little darker brown, a little lighter brown, and a black. So that's a neutral set. So if you're looking for something neutral in your projects, those are very home friendly, I guess. Those go well with people's homes and stuff. But that's a white, a pearl, this almond, this like little bit darker brown, and then a black. And then we have spring pastels. Everyone wants spring to come along here, so.
These four?
And I guess this one.
Probably.
Okay.
I can still read the numbers.
Okay, we'll make sure we get them right to show you guys. So
it's 2203, 988,
here's 988,
120,
2203. Here's 2203. What was the other one?
120,
Okay.
1000.
Yep.
And 2514.
2514 and then 1000.
Yeah, it must be. It looks like a gold or yellow, maybe.
Oh, here it is. Okay. This one, 1000.
Razzle 1000.
Razzle
So
1000.
it'll be like
This.
the plain gold.
This one. Yep, there it is. Okay, here we go. So this is a nice springtime medley, as we're calling this one. So you got a gold, a peach, a blue, a purple, and is it like a mauvey pink? I want. I wish I was really well versed in like the Crayola box and really could differentiate colors. I think it's a good skill to have. I wish they had flashcards with colors. And I looked, and I couldn't find them. So someone said, "Get a Crayola box." So that's what I'm going to do. And then we have serger needles. Serger needles, EL 705 is the serger needle that these sergers recommend. You can put that in. You can sew any stitch with those. So it's good to just get in the habit of just using those needles in your serger, because you know you always get a perfect stitch with the right needle. I do know the ones that do 4-thread overlock, you can use universals, but if you stick with these EL 705s, it's the right needle all the time for your serger. So is that it for today? Okay. Thank you all so much for joining in. Thanks for hanging in there with the applaud. It's a new machine, so we're still learning about it. It can do so much. I think there's more it can do that we didn't even know about. So yes, you can use these in the Bernina as well. Yep, they can work in the Bernina as well. So we're gonna keep bringing these lessons to you and stuff like that. We hope you guys enjoy watching and learning from us. We sure do enjoy teaching what we know to you guys and stuff. So, and these sergers, they're more than just the sewing machine. They're not just for making clothes anymore. You can do so much with a serger. So if you're interested in a serger, we have sergers that start at the beginning of the lineup, more entry-level sergers, and they go all the way up, just like the sewing machines do. So I know there's the perfect serger out there for you. So if you're ready to get the serger and want to learn more about it, you can call us, and I'd be happy to talk to you, and we'll get that serger home to you. So yes, Gloria will be back on at 3 o'clock for IQ Designer, and then tomorrow, Tuesdays with. Is it Tiffany coming on tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to do, yes, IQ Designer is at 3 p.m. Eastern time today. And then tomorrow at noon Eastern time, we have Tiffany with her bag making. And then tomorrow afternoon is brother? We have a new calendar. Bernina, okay. Oh, good. So we're going to do our Bernina show tomorrow at 3. So all the people, Berninas out there, join in. And if you don't have a Bernina, still join in, because they're beautiful, wonderful machines. We just became a dealer again for Bernina. I love the 990. I can't wait to show you guys something tomorrow on the 990. So thank you all again. We'll see you back soon for Gloria's IQ Designer at 3. Bye-bye.